Hello everyone. Today I'm going to make a very quick introduction about how to make a donut inside Houdini. It's very easy to use Houdini to make a donut like this, especially as you can see here. The donut you can see here is, first of all, fully procedural. And another most important thing is, as you can see here, the donut is at a correct unit, correct scale. It's pretty small. It's like a donut you got from McDonald's or like Tim Hortons, especially. So, first of all, it doesn't matter how fancy your donut is. You have to make sure you have a correct scale of your geometry to work on at first. So if you're making a donut, especially if you are making a video online to showing people how to make a donut, and that donut is basically 1 meter long or 3 feet, that's basically wrong, right? Because Houdini, we have units, is based on the meters. So anything you make inside Houdini, you have to make sure you get a correct scale. For example, this donut maybe 20 centimeters long. That's a maximum, right? 10 centimeters or 15 centimeters. So you have to follow this basic standards when you work with inside Houdini. So everything according to the real world scale. Scale, everything. You have to make sure your scale, your geometry, your model you are using, the scale is 100% correct. If you're making a vehicle going forward, you have to make sure how many kilometers this vehicle is going, right? So that's basic. That's basic. So especially if you're building a donut like this, I'm not sure how do you think my donut? I think it's at least it's not realistic. It's only from the viewport, but I want to show you how to make this. But before I'm showing you how to make this donut inside my Houdini, but I have to point out they are someone doing a tutorial online which has hugely misleading people. And the first step, even the first step is wrong. So if you watch the tutorial like this, it will mislead you entirely. It wastes your time. Almost 20 minutes, waste your time. And after you watch it, and if you want to apply the skill you have learned from this tutorial in your project, and you find it's not going to work. I think that's the most problem for most of the tutorial, especially this one. Okay, so this guy made a donut tutorial inside the Chinese website. So I can show you this. He made this tutorial and 10 days ago, 11 days ago. So after he made this tutorial, as you can see here, this is a Houdini unit, right? So -1 and 1. So this donut almost 1 meters. Everything, every parameter, every setting he applied in this tutorial basically is wrong because the scale is wrong. Yes, after you finish everything, you can always like scale down, right? But imagine if you have a dynamic simulation, if you want to put a flip simulation into it, your scale, your motion is entirely going to be wrong if your scale is wrong. So that's whenever everyone use Houdini, you know this. That's basic. So many days ago, I point out, hey, you're wrong. You cannot share with something wrong over the internet, right? People are gonna follow it, people are gonna learn it, but after that, when people apply in your project, in their project, it's not gonna work, right? But he chose to ignore it. And instead, he posted the English version of the tutorial on YouTube. So let's go have a look. So he had updated the video on December 17th. So this is basically 7 days after I point out, hey, you're wrong. You cannot do that. But he continued to do so. Why? I don't understand why. So first of all, when you looking at this Houdini unit, there's a clearly, side effects give you very clear indication about the scale of your geometry. So this is 1, -1, and this is 1. So this guy, this donut is almost ½ meters long. Imagine. So you cannot work with this skill. So first step, his tutorial is wrong. But I don't know why he continued to record a tutorial and to mislead people. You cannot do that, right? And I know where you're working. You work at MPC London. Why are you doing this? Why you mislead people? Give me your answer. And after I point out you are wrong, you are still doing this video. I need a reason, right? And after that, you can see lots of people say, oh, very brilliant, very good tutorial. So let's quickly go over what more mistake he made in this tutorial. Okay, so first one is wrong. Skill is wrong, right? And as you can see here, everything he's using is long procedure. Yes, you can use whatever you want, but we prefer procedure. That's why we use Houdini, right? So this is very important for you to use Houdini procedural system to create your donut. Imagine your client wants 1,000 donuts in just few hours. How are you going to do that, right? So if you're looking at the way how he created this donut, you can see this is actually a long procedure workflow. And he even used a delete sub. It's fine to use, he used a blot sub. So it's always fine to use a blot sub. It's fine, but for this kind of application, if you use a blot sub, if the point count starting to change, you have to redo everything again. You know what I mean? So right now I'm showing what he's doing, and later on you will see even more mistake. So you can see over here, right? So he's trying to put sugar on the donut, right? And after that, you see this intersecting, right? You see this, it's very clear. It's very clear you got a lot of issue. So you have to fix it. Why you don't fix it? So instead, you're looking at the example I have created, there's no intersecting. There's no issue. You can put your camera super, super close. No issue because there's no intersecting, right? So I think that's pretty basic. But I don't know why he's continuing to doing that. After I point out, hey, you are doing something wrong here, right? And then right now you can see, first of all, he made the first mistake. He gave a half-meter donut, right? And the entire workflow is non-procedural. So as you can see here, he has put down a line to try and create the whatever, maybe the chocolate on the surface of the donut, right? So imagine if you got a client ask you to change the shape of this chocolate layers. What are you gonna do? You have no way to do it. You have to manually to change it. So this is a fundamental. So I don't know why what's wrong in his mind, but it's clear she's not showing something like this. Yes, it's okay to show, but remember, you're always misleading people. So right now, you see here, right? There's a lot of intersecting. So that's why at the beginning of the tutorial, at the beginning of his tutorial, he's hesitate to put the camera closer to what he had created. So right now, I'm going to showing you a better way to how to create a donut like this, right? So, and it's 100% procedure. And as you can see here, so mine is looking 100% better than what he's doing, right? So, okay, let me quickly go to what I have done here. So first of all, I have created a donut shape. And as you can see here, the scale is correct. This is basic, right? You're using Houdini, this is basic. You get your scale right at the first place. And because every setting, every parameter is based on the scale. So that's very important. And then basically I just put on a group, right? A group to group based on the normals. And put down a delete sub, right? So after that, I have a Boolean sub to create the layer for the chocolate layer, right? So pretty simple. You put on a box, and also you put on a subdivide, and you give it a mountain sub. Because we use a mountain sub, here I can I can change to thousand, tens of thousands of shape. That's the beauty of Houdini, right? So it's a 100% procedure. So after we cut the geometry, we got the layer of the chocolate. So I made it a little bit smooth. And after that, I have applied point warp to give a little bit To give a little bit noise and point this noise to the P scale, so that we can use the P scale to control how thick the chocolate layers. So that creates variation for the chocolate layers, right? So because your client gonna ask him for this. So as you can see here, I use a VDB from particle, right? This guy to create a lot of variation on the surface of the donut, okay? So this looks pretty nice, right? And if you go back to what he has shown you, there's no variation on the surface, just flat. So how about this? If your client come to you and ask you, hey, we need some variation on the surface. Some area we need some bump. Some area we need some less chocolate. The way he's teaching here, you cannot do that. There's a limitation because he was a user from Cinema 4D. Right? I know this guy. Okay, so right now, as you can see here, our VDB from particle SOP reads the P scale and applies here. So we can have a lot of variation on the surface. And as you can see here, I can even change any parameter. The surface, the chocolate layer surface changed. So that's the beauty of Houdini. That's why we use Houdini, right? So that's a reason why you can get 10,000 different kind of shape. So after that, we can just do, so let's go back to what I had before. So convert the VDBs. So this way we can convert the entire surface into the VDBs, right? To the mesh. And apply a little smooth, give a color. So that's it. So that's our procedure chocolate layers, right? Is this way better, right? So if you watch both tutorial, you will find out which one is better. And you choose which one you want to use. Because this is my setup is fully procedure. So after that, we give a group SOP, right? Group SOP to select the surface where we want some sugar on top. And then give us some delete, smooth out, give us some like a scatter point, and then give some colors. So color, we can use a random color, right? So after that, we use a point SOP. Point SOP, we can give a random normal direction, right? So as you can see here. So remember, if you go to like a McDonald's or Tim Hortons, you order donuts, you will see some kind of sugar is not fully horizontal to the surface of the donut. Some like sugars, it's like actually has some degrees or 30 or 60 degrees, right? So you have to make sure your setup have the capacity to do that. So let me give you a very simple example. So my setup you can do is, so you can tilt your sugar on the surface. So you have fully access and fully control procedurally, right? That's why Certifieds always emphasize Houdini procedurally, right? So this is basically a setup. You can follow my setup. It's pretty easy. And after that, we just need to copy some line on the surface, right? It's a line, very short amount of line, and give a mountain SOP, and give the point jitter. So this one, we will have some render shape, right? But this is where this video is starting to go wrong, because he's basically missing a step. What? We have to avoid collision, intersecting. So after that, we can ray the geometry on the surface of our chocolate layer, right? And after that, use rest